taking photographs?
Taking photographs more seriously, I'd imagine, for the past 18 months. Yeah. Before that, there's always been an interest. I know it's been a bit of a cliche, but there's been different camera systems over the years, and I've gone through a few different ones. But definitely, the past 18 months, I've taken it up more seriously, and there's more of a passion there for it now than there was before. It would have been more broken before, but I suppose I'm lucky enough to live in a good area in Feenit, where I can concentrate on the landscapes and the seascapes. So I'm spoiled for choice when it comes to scenery.
You had a photograph of the Feenit Lighthouse published in the Irish Examiner.
I did.
How did that come about?
It was the 6th of October, and I was watching the clouds, waiting for the skies to clear up. I was actually planning on doing a sunset that evening, and I was just looking out the window, and I could see the clouds forming over the lighthouse, and I could see the rays of light coming towards the lighthouse. So literally without a moment to spare, hopped in the car and flew down to the pier, which is about a half mile away from where I live, and I managed to take 5 shots. Just 2 shots either side of the lighthouse where the sun had passed, and 1 dead centre over, which is the one that I used and thankfully was printed. So
that was great.
That was great, yeah.
And what camera did you use to take that?
The one I have at the moment, the Nikon D90, and it was a pretty new camera at the time. I got a second hand, but I got in a kit lens with it. It was one of the 18-55 Nikon kit lenses, but it actually turned out nicely with that lens, a sharp lens. A lot of people don't take the kit lenses into account very much, but it turned out very well on the day.
Did you learn photography looking through a book, or did you just pick it up? Exactly,
just picked it up. A little bit of experience over the years. I would have done a bit of underwater photography before, and I did an underwater course, because I used to do a lot of scuba diving with Ronnie Fitzgibbon Jr. of Waterworld back in Castle Gregory. He's a great underwater photographer, so I did a course with him and sort of picked up my basics there, and did a lot of reading online, kept an eye on books, magazines. Looking at stuff like Flickr and 500px or 500px is great, because you can get inspired from those photographs, get ideas to work on, see how they took it, maybe look at settings and basically learn from there. I said to a friend of mine when I got the camera first, what am I going to do now? He said, go out and shoot. That was the first thing I did, and took off from there. I'm going to take a photograph of Ross Castle, yeah. There's a small bit of mist coming in, but just to hold back the exposure in the sky, because the sun is more or less in the south at the moment, facing this way. I want to hold back the sky, so I'm going to use a leaf filter, 0.9 ND neutral density filter, which will hold back about 3 stops of light, so which will balance the exposure between the land and the sky. Okay, so just the difference, I can change it a small bit now, but the difference between having the filter on and not having the filter on.
Okay. Show me the difference there now. It made a huge difference.
So I'll just go back to 2 photographs. That was the basic photograph without any filter, just a straight photograph. The next one, I had actually added the filter here. You see it darker in the sky, but I had overcompensated a small bit. I dialed in 1 stop of compensation or exposure there, so there was a little bit burned out in the sky. So the next shot I took, then I just dialed back the exposure compensation to 0, and it came out a bit more balanced. A little bit dark, but you can sort of adjust the exposure a small bit. The main thing is the sky isn't what they call burnt out.